Hey guys, Cam for 15 back out with another video for you guys, and I'm back with the final episode review of Danmachi as Danmachi Season 5 finally comes to a end, and we finally get the conclusion to the fifth season of Danmachi. And it was solid. Now, when I looked at it and I actually reflected for a bit, I can see it to where some people are gonna probably be let down by this fucking ending, and they're gonna think like this ending makes no sense. What the hell? Blah 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 blah. But I figured this would happen. I figured by the end of this, it would be Freya finally admitting that she wants to be seer. She wants to be a regular girl. She doesn't want to be a goddess anymore. She just wants to be a regular girl and just be somebody that gets to hang out with people that she cares about, and essentially, naturally, if you ask me, fall in love with a guy that she likes. So, regardless, I thought this episode was good. You get a solid conclusion. You get the conclusion to Freya and the storyline there, and it's gonna be interesting to see where the story is gonna go in an eventual season 6, because season 6 is gonna be coming. Now, I don't know whenever season 6 is coming. I haven't looked on social media to say that Danmachi is still going to be in production, or Danmachi at some point has announced a season 6, or JC Staff has announced a Danmachi season 6. Whenever that's going to come, that will come. We'll see and everything, but overall, solid conclusion. But basically, we get the conclusion to the fight. And essentially, the conclusion to the fight with Otari happens to where Hestia and Haruhime get there. Haruhime uses her level boost ability to level up Mamma Mia, Hayden, Ryu, and then Belle as well. And this dude Otari, man, he is so damn OP. This dude right here, he takes all these characters on with his level boost, and he still is handling them, right? And then eventually, at some point, Hayden gives Belle basically this massive power up, and Belle is a lot stronger, a lot faster, and he takes it to Otari, right? He takes it to Otari. He uses this nice tag team effort with Mamma Mia and frickin' Ryu, right? And sets them up, and then unleashes this massive firebolt attack. And this man Otari still got back up from it. And basically, he just got on a knee and said, I concede. This man still got up from all that attack. And he probably still would have been down and ready to continue fighting. Like, Bell realistically did not win this match. He really did not win this match. Like, he won from a technicality of this opponent basically forfeited and just has kind of lost the will to fight because he saw the determination of Belle, and he basically was like, okay, you can go save my goddess, right? You're worthy of going to go see her. He basically beat him, and he conceded defeat. So even though in a weird way Belle yes got the win, he didn't fully get a win. He didn't like knock Otari out. But it's crazy to see, like, Bell obviously has a long way to go, but still it is impressive that he was, even though he had all the power boost, he still managed to hang in there with Otari with these power-ups, and Otari still could have probably continued fighting if he wanted to. But, you know, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. The determination of Bell, you know, superseded that, and clearly, you know, Otari saw that, and he's like, all right, I concede. So basically, he starts running to go to Freya's tower, to go to where Freya's at, and everything. And then you have it to where you have it to where Anya's brother tries to get involved, but Wealth ends up getting involved, and also his power boost continues to get stronger, and just his determination to go save Seer, you know, it overshadows that. And then obviously at the right time, you know, Wealth overhearing Lily come in to say somebody needs to help out Master Bell. That's what happens, and basically stops there. Belle ends up getting to Freya, and basically Freya tries to use her charm ability on Belle again, but it's Belle's basically resistant to it. And basically, you just have it to where Freya's just crying. It's like, why won't you just give in? Why won't you just fall for me? And basically, Belle he just is honest with Freya, and he's just like, I'm sorry, but I can't do this. It's not what it's meant to be. And you just have it to where Freya just basically proclaims like she clearly knows like what she did was all fucked up and wrong and everything. And she just kind of this appearance of like, I just don't get it. I know I was crazy for this crush about this person that I had, and I took it to these crazy lengths, but I just wanted somebody to be, somebody to be mine. I wanted somebody, to be there for me and everything. And, she then, talks about how it was the first time she truly felt how her heart got broken, and it really bothered her. And it's just the fact that she wanted it all. She wanted Belle that desperately, even knowing what she was doing was wrong, but she just didn't want to have that feeling again, right? And that's when she's like, and she says this phrase, she's like, Belle, I love you. And Belle hears this, and he's just like, I'm sorry, but I can't grant your wish. And he basically cuts the flower, and the match ends, right? Which means Belle will not go to the Freya Familia. So we get the aftermath of it. So the aftermath is, you would think, like, Freya would be put to death or something, or she would go back to heaven. No, she doesn't get any of that. Basically, what we find out is her Familia is disbanded. She is basically on the level of a fucking peasant, if you ask me. Like, that's what she is. Like, she's on the level of a peasant. Like, she's like poor as shit. So she wears her cloak basically in hiding, because I bet you if she showed her face out on the street, basically people would probably just say, oh, look at her, it's Freya, this freaking you-know-what, and everything, because realistically, like, these adventurers are upset at her at what she did. Like, what she did was not cool. Like, she legitimately controlled people and, messed with their minds so she could have for this ideological, world that she wanted so she could get Belle. And she basically has a sit-down conversation with Mamma Mia in the tavern. And basically she just tells Mamma Mia, like, look, I'm sorry for what I did, but, now I see what I've done and I'm ready to atone for that. And I'm going to leave, basically, Aurario. Like, she's literally talking about she's going to leave Aurario and basically start anew, right? So then she ends up leaving, and she ends up running in, and she ends up having seen Belle and the other cafe girls there. And they're just like, Seer, where are you going? And everything. And you just have it to where you have it to where basically, Freya's just like, look, I'm just saying my goodbyes. I'm gonna say goodbyes, and then I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna go do what I need to go do, right? And basically, you just have it to where Anya, who's most connected with Seer, next to, like, obviously Ryu, basically saying, like, Seer, don't go. Like, why would you, not even say anything to us if you're gonna leave? Why would you not say nothing? Why wouldn't you say goodbye? Why wouldn't you tell us? And Freya's kind of the opinion of, like, she didn't want to, like, hurt them any, longer. And realistically, she's just like, well, I'm just doing what I want. Now, also, too, she reverted back into her Seer persona, right? And she's like, goodbye, my friends. But then you just have it to where Ryu comes up, basically gives her a slap and says, are you crazy? Why are you giving up on us, and why are you just upright leaving, especially after you saved me? Like, didn't any of this mean anything to you? And you just basically get this scene to where all the girls are like, we don't want you to go. We want you to stay. If you have nowhere to go, you can stay with us. This is Tavern's provided for you, right? And everything. And you just have it to where Freya slash Seer starts to get emotional about it. And then that's when Belle comes in and is like, look, I don't want to see you either, but I just want to let you know, like, I may not like you like that, nor do I want to be your lover on that level. But if there's one thing I can be, is I can be your protector. And you just basically have it to where Seer just starts to break down in tears, or Freya starts to break down in tears, and basically saying how she doesn't want to be a goddess anymore, and she just wants to be a regular girl, and that she wants to finally be Seer again and be with her friends. And basically that's kind of what happens. She basically acknowledges the fact that she wants to be Seer. This is who she wants to be going forward, and she wants to be with Ryu and the others. You did get this funny comment where Bella's like, look, just don't mess around, my little minx. It's funny because all the fucking girls, cafe girls, are like, oh god, what the hell. Now you do have it to where Hayden and the others were watching this scene, but basically, after they see this resolution happen, they basically all go their ways and everything, and they're just like, well, time to continue on. And you just have it to where you could clearly tell from Horn's perspective, because she can feel the feelings of Freya. Horn knows, like, even though Belle is a stupid individual and I don't like him, at least there's one thing Belle did, and he was a hero and he did the right thing, and he's not so bad. And clearly this just means that Freya is happy and everything. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with the other Freya Familia members. Their group is basically disbanded. We don't, they talk about what the hell Otari is. I think he's still recovering and just reacting to this whole thing and everything. But outside of that, like, that's basically it. But yeah, I could honestly see it to where their group is gonna be around. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they'll join other familias, or maybe they'll just be together still, because regardless, they've known each other, and maybe they're kind of just like gonna watch over, Seer, just to make sure that Freya's obviously okay. But it's definitely interesting. It was a solid ending. I figured in my predictions would basically be the fact that it would basically be Freya finally accepting the fact that she's Seer and she's okay with it, and that she doesn't want to be a goddess anymore, thus removing the shackles of goddesshood that's been at her feet. And honestly, this outcome was probably the best thing for her. Not getting put to death, not going back up to heaven. It's basically kind of, in a weird way, her punishment is, no, you're just going to be a poor person, and you're not going to be respected probably by the public. But at the end of the day, you still have a group of people that will treat you like family. And even though you betrayed their trust, they will still open they will still open your arms to, their arms to you, because that's how much they care about you. So yeah, because even Mamma Mia in their one-on-one conversation said, you should be lucky you didn't get sent back up to heaven after the stunt you pulled. So yeah, and then it seems like she's gonna fully adopt the Seer personality. So yeah, and also it seems like even Hestia played a role and said, because Mamma Mia said, like, you should also be lucky that Hestia is okay with you even just staying around in the lower worlds, because if she was, because she could have left. It sounded like Hestia could have straight up just said, no, you're getting the fuck out of Aurario, or you're going back up to heaven. You're not coming back here again, right? But it seems like Hestia let off Freya easily, and basically was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that to you, right? So yeah, but I figured this would be her conclusion to her story in a weird way, because she even says, like, because she was telling Belle, she's like, eventually I'm gonna get over my crush for you. So I think over at some point, I think she's gonna start to just respect Belle and admire Belle from a distance, but not in a romantic way. It's just gonna be more of a respect, courtesy type of thing. Um, but again, it makes sense that this would be the way her story would end. It's basically her admitting that she's Seer and she's okay because Seer is her true self. Freya was just a personality, that hung over her head, and she realistically didn't want to have, you know, everything of being a goddess. She just wanted to be a normal, everyday girl that, hey, can live on the lower world, know what it's like to feel, fall in love naturally, and that's it. Also, Belle does give her the hair clip amulet back, right? So there's that too. But it's good. It was a solid ending. Some fans may think this ending is very underwhelming and it's not the ending that they wanted, but realistically, I figured this would be the ending that it would get to. But overall, season 5 of Danmachi, it was pretty damn good. It was pretty damn good. I definitely enjoyed my time with it, getting more of an understanding and diving a little bit more into the character of Freya and seeing how crazy she went in terms of the length she was trying to get Belle to fall for her was absolutely insane. I know when I look at some of my early reviews, some of the shit did not end up coming true. Like, we didn't get a controlled Belle controlled by Freya that's self-servient to her. We almost got that, but that's the thing. But regardless, it was a solid season. When I'm stacking this up against the other seasons, I think season 5 is probably my second favorite season. And season 4 is probably still my favorite season of all the 5 seasons up to this point. Um, and that's where I'm probably gonna go with it. I guess my rankings would probably be season 4, then season 5, then season 3, then season 1, and then probably season 2 as my least favorite. I still think season 2 is good, but it's definitely like my least favorite season out of the bunch. But those would probably be my rankings of all the 5 Danmachi seasons. But it was a solid show. Seeing, Belle in another situation where basically he's in desperation mode, and everything, and also getting more of a backstory and an understanding of Freya and her character and how she feels about being Seer and everything, and really diving into why she's in love with Belle, as crazy as it was. It was pretty damn dope and interesting. So yeah, and honestly, JC staff being honest with the delays and everything, it was fine. Like, solid conclusion, and I enjoyed watching this season. Again, I don't know whenever season 6 is gonna drop eventually. I feel like it's gonna be a while till we get it, but we will see. I do know like where the story's at in the light novel. I think it's in like its final arc or something like that. So I think the story is on the way to concluding. So we'll see where it goes, for season 6. They could maybe do a movie. Maybe they could give us, another spin-off show with another character as the main lead as opposed to Belle. Maybe we get more in depth with Ice Wallenstein. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We will just have to see going forward where the story is going to go. But whenever that happens, I'll definitely be back to review more Danmachi. But anyways, that's basically it. If you guys enjoyed my season 5 reviews of Danmachi, thank you for the support and the likes and everything, and obviously appreciate the comments that you left if you did leave any comments in my reviews. But that's basically it. So yeah, but this is another review series, another review season on the channel that has been completed. So I will continue on doing more reviews. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more anime content uploaded to the channel or any other video game content. Put it down in the comment section. But till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day or your night or when you channel this video. Till then, guys, peace.